Alien Swarm is the second and final live-action Ben 10 movie, and like Race Against Time, it was also directed by Alex Winter. This time, though, the movie makes a pretty major shift. None of the actors from the previous films return. And I guess that makes sense. I mean, Alien Swarm is set during the show Alien Force, where they're all older teenagers, and unlike animation, you cannot just redraw child actors a few years older and expect it to feel believable. So I think recasting was probably the right move. The movie also reflects the older stage of the franchise by moving for a more mature tone than A Race Against Time, and that's kind of a smart idea. Alien Force as a series is already darker and more serious than the original, so a live action adaptation following that tone feels natural. The problem is that while the tone fits, the movie itself feels really disconnected from what people come to Ben 10 for. Instead of really leaning into the alien side of the franchise, Alien Swarm feels much more like a low budget spy movie that just happens to have Ben 10 characters in it. I mean, it's called Alien Swarm, and there's not really Ben turning into aliens in this. It's mostly just a lot of sneaking around, secret operations, shady organizations, and tech based threats. And while that can be a little exciting, it just makes it feel oddly small scale and out of place for a series where the premise is a kid turning into aliens and battling aliens. I get the feeling that this is at least partly due to the budget. I mean, doing lots of big alien action transformations, magic creatures live action probably costs a lot of money, and this is a TV movie, and Cartoon Network probably didn't want to give a lot of money to this, so it just decides to play things safer and more grounded. But again, it feels like a completely different world of the show. It's decent enough while you're watching it, but it never quite feels like it taps into the full fun and creativity of the franchise. It's not bad, and I do think the more serious tone works better here than some of the other Ben 10 movies, but it also lacks the charm and excitement that made A Race Against Time stand out more. It has its problems, but at least it feels more in line with what Ben 10 is supposed to be. Alien Swarm is watchable, and fans of the series probably get some enjoyment out of it, but it feels like a side quest rather than this event. It doesn't seem very vital to the series. It's not bad, it's not unwatchable, it just exists. It, for me, gets a B, 9 out of 10, and 3.5 out of 5 stars.